money and hope it all works out. But with diabetes, there are some very powerful steps you can take that are much more powerful than any medication you could ever take. And that's what gives you hope, that's what gives you enthusiasm, excitement, even euphoria. When you understand there's something I can do about it. I don't have to sit around singing "Nobody Knows the Troubles I've Seen." I can go to work and make changes. I can extend my life by the grace of God. I can do things to fix this. I like fixing things. And
you fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now.
Watching a video from Beat Diabetes channel, and I was just reminded of my diagnosis of type 2 diabetes and how that has really led me down this journey. 6 pieces of bacon, 6 eggs, and I'm putting these eggs right in the bacon fat, so there's going to be a lot of fat. And I know a lot of people say, like, I've cured diabetes. I've said, as I cured diabetes. Can diabetes be cured? Type 2 diabetes be cured, or is it just in remission? It's a good question, because part of me is like, yeah, it could be cured. It's cured by eating low carb. Well, is it really cured? Is low carb just the medicine that keeps it in remission? Throw a little bit of salt in here. I don't know the answer, and it probably depends on the person, but I know for me that I don't want type 2 diabetes, that I'm doing everything I can to stay in remission. But I guarantee that my work on this diet for the past 2 years, 1 year, 11 months, has gained me some metabolic health, metabolic money in the bank when it comes to probably my insulin resistance. And I'm probably metabolically took some years back. This is nice and fatty. This is anti-diabetes food right here. Eat this, don't have to worry about diabetes. That being said, like, I haven't done a lot of testing of my blood sugars, and every time I go to the doctor, it's 5.7, my A1C. And I always say my glucose is up a little bit, but I'm eating no carbs and no sugars. Why is that? I would like to know. Why is it that I can't get an A1C that's under pre-diabetic eating no carbs and no sugars? Obviously there's a little bit of carbs in eggs, but you see what I'm eating. I've considered getting one of those continuous glucose monitors just to kind of see where the spikes are, if there are spikes, or what I'm eating and what I'm doing, stress, or what is causing my A1C to be 5.7, which I'm perfectly fine with. If it stays 5.7 for the rest of my life, I'm fine with that. I was hoping for like 5'4", no, 5.4, 5'4". That's funny. Not 6.6 like it used to be. Just some things to think about. I've considered getting a continuous glucose monitor. I just don't know how to get one. If you watch this video and you know a good way to get one that's not gonna cost me an arm and a leg, let me know. Or if it's even worth it. Because on that video, he was saying, the Beat Diabetes video is saying that he doesn't even really need the check because he knows how to eat to keep his blood sugar in check. I know that, so I don't need the check. I thought it might be interesting to just see how my body reacts and how it changes if I'm fasting, not fasting, if I'm eating 3 meals a day or OMAD. That's one thing that I haven't checked into. So I don't know because I didn't do it. I just started eating good, nutritious meat. Lunch. Tonight we're having chicken. Well, my wife and kids are having chicken thighs and some green thing. What's the green thing I bought? Brussels sprouts. I forgot the name. Should be simple. I'll just grill some chicken thighs, season them up, and then cook. I'm going to cook the Brussels sprouts with a lot of bacon and bacon fat to make them healthy. Thank you. See you guys for dinner, I assume. It'll be like no time at all for you. But for me, it's like I'm gonna eat this food and then take a nap or a rest. I don't have to sleep, just chill out. Bye. All right, guys. I went upstairs and ate my food and chilled out and fell asleep.
Well, good morning, everybody.
And woke up.
It's me, Mitch,
Felt like I got
in my kitchen, and today I want to do
hit
something
like by a truck. Yeah, that's a little
Talk about
dramatic.
2 subjects.
I felt like I was deep asleep and that I really needed that rest. So I'm over here, I got some Brussels sprouts. I also have some chicken thighs. I put duck fat in here as like a fat, because it's the only fat I had that I didn't melt tallow or anything. I had some duck fat and put it in there, and then smoked salt, garlic, and then I was like, I'll put a dash of curry in there, and then the thing opened up on it and put a ton of curry in it. And then I put a little bit of Italian seasoning on it. I haven't stirred that in yet, just to kind of marinate in here till I cook it. And anyone, if this is your first video watching my beef, butter, bacon, eggs challenge, you're really confused by now. It's like, what's happening? Well, I'm not eating this food. My ribeye's over there, which we talked about earlier. But, you know, sometimes people don't pay attention. And I just got done watching a video from Old Guy Carnivore that someone sent me. And I was realizing that me and that guy are completely different. He's like, speaks precise and stays on task. I would love to, but my brain's like a scattered brain. So yeah, my goal is to just cut up these Brussels sprouts, just rough chop all of it, put them in here, and I'm gonna cook them in a bunch of bacon fat. Does this tempt people? Speaking of temptation, I watched part of a video last night where Carnivore Kip was celebrating his 100th 1 year on YouTube by eating pizza, and I was like, what in the world is happening? And a hot dog in his car. And then I realized he was eating just the toppings. I was talking to Beth about that this morning. By the way, I did wash off these. I'm not sure that gets rid of the glyphosate if there is any. It's probably not good show. I was like, asked my wife, like is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? Because my initial thought, I was like, I just don't know why you'd put yourself through that. Now that being said, I make carnivore pizza for my kids, and I'm trying to be less rigid all the time and judgmental. But for me, I just had a lot of healing through looking at things differently. And I guess if you look at things differently and you give yourself the freedom to do that, do it. But then I think, well, what responsibility do we have as YouTubers not to put stuff online that would make another person fall or stumble, but ultimately that's everyone's own personal thing. That's how I look at it. I try to consider other people when I'm doing things, but I can't consider everything. I can't know everything. I can't worry all day and night if I'm gonna cause someone else to stumble by what I do. Now there's certain things that are probably way more damaging than other ones, and other ones that are probably not that big of a deal. But people that have influence have to think about those things. And I would say what I've learned is just be honest as a person of influence. Just be honest. Say, this is me, this is how I'm doing it, this is how I got here, and I'm showing you the journey, and I may be doing this wrong. I might not be doing this right. I might be leading you the wrong way. So you need to help me as much as I'm helping you. So I'll remember that next time someone keeps trolling the comments on my videos telling me that I'm gonna die of a heart attack. Like, I'm trying to save you, Aaron. I'm trying to save you. You have to get off eating the meat and go Whole Foods plant-based, or you're going to die. I'm trying to save you. Okay, all right. I heard what you said. This is what I've settled on for now. Eating ribeyes and bacon and eggs, and then cooking my family vegetables. But I'm not forcing them to eat these. My wife loves Brussels sprouts. It's like little cabbages. If you watch more than one of our videos, my wife is always talking about her cabbage. And I forgot why I suggested cabbage to her. It's like antioxidants, I believe. It's like the next, don't catch me lying here, but it's like the next best food after beef for antioxidants. And so she's eating beef and cabbage. I have four teenage girls in the house right now. My wife is gone. The little kids are over at their grandma's, and I hear lots of giggling. But I'll tell you, if you put yourself on YouTube, there's gonna be an extra amount of pressure for you or on you. The Bible says something about not many of you should presume to be teachers, because teachers are going to be judged more harshly. So I guess I answered some of my question. Doesn't matter. At least from a biblical standpoint, yes. But one of the things that always comes to my mind when I think about that is I was very diligent back in the day when I got my contacts to take them out every single night. And then I heard my dad say, who is a person of influence in my life, yeah, I take them out every like 2 or 3 days. So do you know what I started doing? Taking them out every 2 or 3 days. Then my eyes started itching and scratching. And for some reason, I've had a hard time getting back into the routine of doing it every single day. It's probably just a passing statement and he said, never even thought of it. But I took it to heart. So that being said, if you're doing stupid crap, it's not my fault. It's on you. But if it is my fault, I apologize. Will you forgive me? All right, now it's your fault again, because I did my part by asking for forgiveness. Oh, and also, if you don't forgive me, I've still done my part. It's on you, man. All right, got all this cut. I still haven't decided how to cook this. I'm looking for my napkin or my rag everywhere. I put it underneath that strainer. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit when I decide how to cook this. I know I'm cooking the chicken on the flat top. I could do the veggies out there too. Let me think about that. Over here in silence. The second that I got off, turned the camera off, my wife and the rest of the kids got home and it turned into a crazy town. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook everything on the flat top. I cut up all this bacon and I'm gonna put it in with the Brussels sprouts and I'm gonna flat top and grill all this. I season it with smoked sea salt, smoked sea salt. I put some garlic on it, garlic powder, and then I actually added just a little bit of coriander, not the leaves, not cilantro, just coriander because it's just one of those spices that goes, is it considered a spice? Or seasoning that goes with curry, in my mind. I could be completely wrong, but I did not use turmeric because I don't need things just to turn yellow with no taste, for no reason. I'm just kind of putting this all in here and then I'm gonna throw it on the flat top and let this bacon render and cook and sizzle and fry this foliage in it. Bam! And if these two intermingle, like some of the juice from the chicken and some of the juice from the bacon and every time I try to think of the word Brussels sprout, I can't think of it. Okay, from Brussels. My ancestors from over there in Brussels. If it intermingles, it'll be all right. I'll catch you at the flat top. Oh, and then this is when I'm very thankful that I have another grill because I'm gonna heat that up and then put my steak on it. So my steak doesn't touch these seasonings because that wouldn't be in the spirit of this challenge, which I've not done perfectly, but I've done pretty well. Next Saturday I need to go, we're meeting at that Asian buffet again. So I guess it's grilled eggs and beef, fake ribeyes. Let's get it grilling, bro. Yeah, this ice bath is very icy. I kicked it earlier. I am not tantalized to hop in that thing. Oh, my mount is breaking at all. I don't care how many drugs it gives me, how many hits of dopamine. All right, let's go get the spatula. And hopefully I don't run out of batteries. I feel like you just don't even see me. You just look up here. Come on, look up here. Pervert, thank you. Oh, this feels nice. It's much warmer today on this episode of Kilby Talks About the Weather. I don't think raw bacon touched the top of that. I could reuse that. It's funny, like seeing this chicken, I was like, oh, I miss chicken, but I have a nice ribeye. So there's like, I don't care. I'm also not that hungry right now because eating dinner early on Sundays is I should have ate a smaller lunch. Let's just say that. Trying to get my macros every day. But I'm still in a place like I could probably fast if I wanted to and just do just fine. Use all that cholesterol for fuel, baby. Oh, I guess I can't turn off the camera. Help me. I got chicken hands. They're afraid of work. I think I'll be able to use the same pan. Yeah, because the bacon on it was just touching the top of the Brussels sprouts, not the container. And it's cured at least, like you'll only die, kind of, maybe. No, everyone's fine. I came in to wash my hands and to do one other thing while I was in here.
Tell me I'm beautiful.
Oh, you are beautiful. Radiant.
I tried.
Ooh, I found my ribeye. It's pre-seasoned, so I'll just cook it like that. And then if it needs more season, I'll finish it with some. How's this looking? Oh yeah. I already had one of my kids. they came in the house and they saw the Brussels sprouts and they're like, I don't like Brussels sprouts. And there's still everything within me as a parent and watching shows as you're growing up. It's like, or listen to Pink Floyd. If you don't eat your meat, you get no pudding, or you gotta eat your vegetables if you want your treats and all these things. It's been ingrained in us that I feel weird telling my kids, like, eat them or don't eat them. Brussels sprout on the chicken. Ew, washing in the snow. Nature's napkin. It's really nice having that sous vide steak. Kids, I know it's the temperature, and all I have to do is sear it. I mean, I guess I could eat it like that. Less joy, but man, this actually smells quite good over here. This curry. Here, let me tantalize you guys. And if you get like overly tantalized, this is dirty carnivore. So you can eat this. You can probably call this dirty carnivore too, because I put a lot of bacon in it. Yeah, move these down because obviously it doesn't get as warm up top.
Today's episode of Cooking with Aaron. This food is looking good, isn't it?
I had one of those moments at church today. I walked into the 5th grade class that I was going to teach, and the previous services teacher was like, oh, here's the stuff for this, and the feeding of the 5,000. I'm like, hold on. I prepared for week 4 in February, walking on water, not Jesus feeds the 5,000. Crap. I prepared for the wrong week. Fortunately, I know the account well, but I was able to teach through it. And it was just reminding me of how we have to eat to live. Humans have to eat to live. And the number one thing, the most important thing that we are when it comes to food is thankful. Thankful for who provides it. I was thankful for that reminder, because there is a part of me that's like, the carnivore diet is for, is one of those first world problems kind of diets. Someone that has excess, too much opportunity, and got themselves in trouble, and now we're eating meat to heal ourselves, but then eating just meat can potentially be really expensive. Like, I've been eating ribeyes every day. I don't typically do this. I bought them and I'm just going to use them because it's easy. But there's people out there that would love to eat ribeyes or beef or butter, bacon, and eggs. I need to be thankful for what I have, for God who provides for me. And if God came to me and said, you can eat some Brussels sprouts, which I think is okay, especially if you know how they're sourced and they're not poisoned, have someone try them for you, Who is that person that tries all the food for the kings, queens? It's okay. I actually think this is probably done. So one thing about chicken thighs is that they're pretty forgiving. If you overcook them, they're still tender. I'm gonna throw mine on the grill. My grill over here is hot. Hopefully what I was just saying made sense, because I'm thinking it back over it. I'm not sure if it makes sense. It does matter what you do and what you eat. It should be good, nutritious food. And no, I don't think it's good to be gluttonous or just eat a bunch of junk foods. But if you do look out in the natural world, what did God provide? And even if you are a little bit critical with that, because all these modified foods, like some of that science and stuff is cool. It's not necessarily the genetic modified stuff, but like the art of like breeding plants and fruits and dogs. I'm not saying we're eating dogs, but humans have done some miraculous, cool things just using God's natural world. So I got online and I was ordering some seeds and stuff. I'm gonna grow some garden stuff this year, and I'm gonna eat a little bit of vegetables that I grow. And that's my caveat this year. That makes me immediately think, oh, maybe I should eat some sourdough. No, not doing that. If I grow my own grain and grind it, slippery slope thinking like that. I'll see you in a minute. Now I remember why I came in here earlier. It was get some tongs to flip my steak and a tray. I said, hey. That's the problem with me filming stuff and having a mic on. I cannot resist the urge just to talk. It's like nervous talking. Shush, dude. People just want to see the food. There we go. Finish that one up. I have to say, this looks pretty good for mush. Oh yeah, that looks like a flavor bomb. I wonder if my wife's gonna eat this, probably. It's chickening baby cabbage. Oh, I can't wait till spring. I love heat, not too much. I like the Goldilocks amount of heat. Told you, just have to keep rambling. Just talking with an empty grill. Okay, well, day 49 of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I'm getting close, and it's making me nervous because I'm afraid that I'm gonna do something stupid. Stupid as stupid does, Aaron. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Later.